And that's me all done for the day. So, no work. I don't have to make a video. I think I'm just going to chill out. Jesus. What the hell do you want? Yeah, it's a calendar, so? Oh! Oh, this Friday's Friday the 13th? Oh, happy anniversary, I guess. Well, what do you want me to do about it? Oh, I see. You want me to make a video on Friday the 13th, right? Well, what if I say no? Oh. I'll be right on it, Mr. Jason Voorhees, sir. Before we start the video, I need to get in a bit more of a Jason aesthetic, so... Yay! Bit more of an appropriate t-shirt, don't you think? So today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 favourite Friday the 13th films. This could be any of them from part 1 to the reboot in 2009. So yeah, if you want me to rank all the Friday the 13th films one day, maybe the next Friday the 13th, just let me know in the comments below, okay? In third place, kind of an unpopular opinion maybe, but this is Friday the 13th, the reboot. The reboot came out in 2009, and it's one of my favourites because it takes what we already had in the franchise and spices it up a bit, and I just love everything about it. First of all, the music's nothing special. It's not anything greater than what we had in the previous films. It's like your generic horror music, but it's alright. I like some of it. The characters are actually well developed, especially for characters in a Friday the 13th film. That's unique, well developed characters, because half the time they're just there for the kill. So that's why I like this film so much, and the storyline is amazing. The storyline basically follows a young girl who goes missing in the woods, in Camp Crystal Lake woods, and essentially it's I think it's a year later, and there's another group of campers who go there, and there's a brother who's searching for his missing sister, which is the girl went missing, and essentially Jason took her. It's got so much good gruesome gore in it, especially for a Friday film. Really good as a reboot, and can I just say, Jason's an absolute beast in this film. He's so much more menacing because he's smarter, he's tactical. See, in the other film, you just teleport around or walk around and just go over there. But this one, he's so much more tactical. There's a scene where he plants a bear trap in the middle of the camp and someone runs into it. He hangs one of the campers in a sleeping bag over a campfire. I'm like, oh my god. It is absolutely brutal, and that's why it's so much more scarier. I'd shit my pants if this guy just came stumbling upon me. I'd just be like, oh fuck. But that's why this is in my third spot for my third favourite Friday film. Second place is Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, this is a special edition box set. I've not actually opened it or looked at it, but it's definitely a highlight. This is before the hockey mask, obviously. Part 2 was the Baghead Jason, and I want to do a cosplay of that sometime, so maybe I'll do one of that. Maybe a cosplay video. Depends, really. But Friday the 13th Part 2, it's pretty much a continuation of Part 1, As we all know, in part 1, it wasn't Jason who was the killer, it was Mrs. Voorhees' mum. And basically, this is Jason now. He's all grown up instead of the child who supposedly drowned. And he's sporting some farm wear, a blue shirt and some dungarees. And he's got a bag on his head, I think it's a potato sack. And let's just say the plot of this one is definitely more fresh than the first one. I'm not a big fan of the first one, mainly because of the animal abuse scene, and I don't condone that, and I hate it. So that's one thing that dampens it down. But this one is pretty good, I love it. I like all the characters, I like the gore, it's an up on the gore. It's basically, like I said, a continuation of Friday the 13th Part 1, but done better, definitely. And the shack scene at the end, and just the shack scene in general with the police officer. Jason's shack is so well decorated. Definitely a crib. You could see that on MTV. The music is definitely an up as well, because they take the music from the original and make it a bit more threatening, I think. That's why I love it so much. The story is solid, characters are nice. I just overall like this film a lot more than the first one, and I like it a lot more than the others because it's so unique, because Jason's got a bag head instead of a hockey mask for half the movies. So it's a highlight. That's why it's in my second place. First and final place, well, respectively, is Friday the 13th, the final chapter. This had such a big part in my teenhood because I watched it when I was like 12, I think, and when I remember watching it, I loved it. It's a complete continuation, like Halloween 2 and Halloween 1 is, because it starts literally from part 3 and it goes on, and I love it. The story, brilliant. I love how it's more diverse because they had Tommy Jarvis in it, who's played by Corey Feldman, who was also in Goonies, and Goonies is also a classic, so I love it. And the gore, it ups the ante even more. There's so many cool shots, especially when Jason throws the girl off the roof, she hits the car. It's so gruesome, but I love it. I love the fact that it's actually raining in this one as well. It was raining in the first one, I think, or was it the second one? And I love the effects of the rain, because the rain just definitely fits Jason's aesthetic a bit more, I think. I do love it, and it's just such a wonderful film, especially for an ending, because the ending is gruesome as hell. Tommy Jarvis literally gets a machete and whacks it into Jason's eye and his head, and he falls on it, and it goes right through his head, and I was like, oh my god, it's traumatic to watch, but it's wonderful. It literally is the final chapter. Obviously they made a cash cow out of it, so they did more, but it's still a wonderful masterpiece, and I just love it. Characters, music, everything, it just ups the ante, and that's why I love it so much, and that's why it's my favourite so far. Obviously it might change in the years to come, but right now, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is my favourite Friday film. Let me know what your favourite Friday film is in the comments, and what did you think, Jason? You didn't like it? Oh god. Ah! What the hell? Ah!